Thunderstorms continue to put down a lot of rain, and I've got more rounds of strong and severe weather just ahead.
An Estill County homeowner has a huge mess to clean up inside and outside his home, all because of a storm this afternoon.
Man charged with attempted murder after a shooting in Richmond, why his girlfriend says it was a case of self-defense.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening to you. Storms brought heavy rain and strong winds to much of Kentucky this afternoon, and we are still tracking some rough weather tonight.
And we could even see more severe weather the next couple of days. We begin tonight with our Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey on this WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day.
Yeah, guys, that severe weather day will roll into Wednesday and Thursday. Late evening Defender Radar Network. What is left of the thunderstorms still impacting southeastern Kentucky, where we picked up on a lot of rain in a short amount of time this evening. Flash flood warning is out until midnight for Bell, Clay, Harlan, Knox, and Leslie counties. Those storms have been training or moving over the same piece of real estate, one right after another. Harlan County, southern parts of Leslie County still getting smacked around a little bit. We asked Defender to tell us how much rain has fallen in these areas. Look at the numbers, pushing 5 inches here into southern sections of Leslie County and in toward downtown Harlan. We've got some at least smaller creeks and streams that are out of their banks right now. The rest of the region getting in on a fairly pleasant evening with a cold front that made its way into parts of central Kentucky. It's now slamming the brakes on. Back edge of that returning to the northeast as a warm front. Already now seeing some additional showers and thunderstorms going up into parts of Iowa. Those storms will roll into town as we go into the day on Wednesday. Here's your future radar hour by hour forecast. Still trying to spike up another shower thunderstorm southern Kentucky, but let's watch that northwestern sky. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning in through the middle of the morning. Around 9, 10, 11 o'clock, clusters of showers and thunderstorms making their way across the area. High winds will continue to be the primary players to go along with some at least local flash flooding. Guys, we'll continue to watch those storms on the new Hour by Hour in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. Now, a home in an Estill County neighborhood appears to be the hardest hit by a severe storm that moved through there this afternoon.
Yeah, part of a tree fell on this home, puncturing the roof, but things only got worse from there. New tonight, Monique Blair talked to that homeowner. She continues our First Alert Weather team coverage.
The lightning hit, then it was like a big bang.
This one here got blown that way. That bolt hit it hard.
This is what Jay Beckner's home looked like just moments after a storm blew through Turner Avenue in Irvin Tuesday evening.
I mean, it was kind of scary because we didn't know what the big bang was at first.
Neighbors watched out their windows and they tell me they saw the lightning strike this tree, but Beckner was actually inside his home, just inches from the wall where the tree landed.
It sounded like a VW bug dropped on the house as I saw a huge lightning flash and heard it all at once. And felt it. Felt like I was on a trampoline bouncing.
Now, after the tree fell on this home, the people who live here had another headache because the tree punctured a hole in the roof.
As soon as it starts raining, each time you see it pouring in the closet.
Beckner says he's just had to watch as the rain fell directly into his home.
The worst part was having to move all the computers out of the way and stuff. Clothes getting rained on. The rain's supposed to be outside the house, not inside, so that was the worst part.
Add to that, Beckner's yard also flooded after the storm.
And this poor man, his backyard looked like a pond.
But Beckner says all of this can be fixed, and what matters is that nobody was hurt. In Estill County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And that is the good news there. A storm also, though, caused some damage in Lexington this afternoon. Part of a large tree fell near a home on Haley Pike, landing against an SUV parked in a driveway. And over on Royster Road, a large limb fell. Some people were already cleaning it up by the time we arrived. No injuries were reported in Lexington because of today's storms. And remember, you can track storms when you're away from the TV with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
Police in Richmond call it attempted murder, but tonight the girlfriend of the man charged in that case calls it self-defense. Police say 18-year-old Jimmy Skinner shot Sammy Isaacs from a car along Turpin Drive late Sunday night. They say Skinner's girlfriend and the couple's baby were also in the car at the time. As Garrett Weimer tells us, new at 11, Skinner's girlfriend says he was just trying to protect himself and his family.
Alicia Malacote says her boyfriend and father of her child should not be in jail. Police are calling it attempted murder.
It was self-defense over his daughter and us. I mean, that's really what it was.
Malacote says she was in the car with Jimmy Skinner, their 2-year-old daughter, and a couple of friends late Sunday night on Turpin Drive when someone approached their car and threatened them.
And was threatening to shoot the car up with all of us in it, which, you know, that's my daughter. And then he walked away and walked back towards the car with his hand in his pocket and was pulling stuff out, and I seen something shiny. And so my boyfriend took his gun, shot up in the air.
Malacote says they didn't find out until later that the man was hit by one of those bullets. Jimmy Skinner is at the Madison County Detention Center here, charged with wanton endangerment and attempted murder. His girlfriend, though, wants to see those charges reduced or dropped.
It's been really scary. My daughter's done nothing but holler for her dad, don't know anything that's going on, and I don't know how to explain it to her. I mean, we're supposed to go see him tomorrow, and I don't know to take her or not.
Malacote also says she's angry the incident has been portrayed as a drive-by shooting. She says it wasn't. In Richmond, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Police say the man who was shot, Sammy Isaacs, is in critical condition and relying on a ventilator to breathe. They say he was shot in the right lung.
Tonight, investigators are asking for help finding a hit-and-run driver in Pulaski County. They say a 10-year-old boy was killed. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office says the boy was playing with his brother near Rocklick Creek Road last night as their grandfather was working nearby. Investigators say no one saw the boy get hit by the car.
Probably playing in the creek, and somehow came up on the roadway and was struck on the roadway.
Investigators say they're looking for a red 4-door car driven by a woman that was seen in the area about the time of that crash. The boy has been identified, but his family asked us not to use his name. Neighbors say the boy often was with his grandfather, helping him with farming. A road in Frankfort has reopened after a deadly crash shut it down for hours today. The crash happened just after 10 this morning at the intersection of Versailles Road and Lyons Drive. Frankfort police say a car pulling out of a shopping center hit a tractor trailer. Investigators say 90-year-old William Howard died and a woman in the car with him was injured. Versailles Road was closed in that area until 6 tonight so investigators could reconstruct that accident.
Governor Bevin has scheduled a news conference for tomorrow to talk about the state's Medicaid program. His office says the governor will announce the proposed waiver application that will transform the program. And the news conference will begin at 9:30 tomorrow morning in the state capitol rotunda. Kentucky Attorney General Andy Beshear has also scheduled a news conference for tomorrow afternoon. He is expected to talk about the governor's recent actions to dissolve the University of Louisville Board of Trustees and to change the Kentucky Retirement Systems Board.
New tonight, a Lexington Women's Clinic is asking the state Supreme Court to overturn a lower court's motion that stopped abortions from being performed there. According to our news partners at the Herald Leader, EMW Women's Clinic says in its request to the Supreme Court that the recent ruling has basically caused it to shut down. Last winter, Governor Bevin's administration filed a lawsuit against the clinic asking a judge to force it to close because it didn't have an abortion license. A state judge denied the governor's request in March, but last week the State Court of Appeals reversed that decision.
New tonight, the Fayette County Health Department has shut down a Lexington restaurant. A sign on the front door of the Red Bang Bang Chinese restaurant on West Maxwell Street says the health department closed it today. We were not able to reach anyone with the health department tonight to find out why, but in recent days, a Facebook post has been shared saying that someone claimed to have found a dead mouse in food bought at the restaurant. In a post on its Facebook page, Red Bang Bang managers claimed that the customer bought food, left, then returned 10 minutes later claiming to have found the mouse. Restaurant owners say the customer later asked for $25,000 from them. They also say they reached out to the health department for an immediate inspection.
2 large wildfires near Los Angeles are still growing tonight, but firefighters hope a change in the weather will give them a break. That's in 9 minutes.
And then police say they made a dangerous discovery in a Kentucky motel room. Now 4 people face charges.
WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day, and this is going to continue into Wednesday. It's going to continue into Thursday as well. Just got a new computer model run in that I'm going to share with you in just a moment that has some amazing rainfall numbers across central and eastern Kentucky. Doesn't mean it's right, but it's the latest computer model run that we have in. I'll show you that in a second. Let's get caught up on what is going on and the setup for the next couple of days. Flash flood warning is out. Bell, Clay, Harlan, Knox, Leslie County, southeastern Kentucky. Hardest hit right now into Harlan County, where we were showing you estimates of around 4 to 5 inches of rain this afternoon. Far cry from that 1 to 1.5 inches we picked up on the east side of Lexington, and we thought we were doing something. Southeastern Kentucky tripling that in a few cases. Here's the broader view. Front is putting the brakes on top of the area now. It's never a good thing when a cold front stalls out over top of you in this type of a setup. You've got cooler air to the north and northeast. You've got a lot of heat and humidity that is pressing back in. So the back edge of our front now is going to lift its way back into the area. But some of the evening runs that I'm looking at, instead of just blasting this warmer air all the way into the Great Lakes, are trying to only get it so far into the Ohio Valley. That would mean maybe that corridor of some heavier rains would try to set up a little farther to the south. What we're dealing with right now is some additional thunderstorms that are going up here into parts of Iowa, western Illinois, and some of those may be in here as early as tomorrow morning. Here's that big surge of heat across parts of the Plain States. Nice little spin showing up here into the High Plains and the Northern Rockies. Here's the new hour-by-hour forecast. We've been advertising this for a few days as giving us waves of thunderstorms to dive in from northwest to southeast. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Cluster of thunderstorms is right on top of the Ohio River. Watch how quickly this blasts its way on through the area, if this model is correct. And when you're dealing with thunderstorms, placement, timing, always going to be a little off. So they're trying to figure out just so many complex thunderstorms that are out there. But notice how it has the little backward C shape to it around noon tomorrow. If that's real, that would be a damaging wind threat as it dives toward the southeast, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Now we start to bubble up the atmosphere again into the afternoon. 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 11. Here we go with some thunderstorms that are cranking up again. Notice this axis from northwest to southeast. 4 o'clock Thursday morning. Here comes another big cluster of thunderstorms. That is right on top of the Lexington area at 6 a.m. Following that up by noon on Thursday with another cluster of thunderstorms. 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon. That's another cluster of thunderstorms. Kind of catching the trend here. This latest model run says central and eastern Kentucky just get hits one right after another. The hits keep on coming with wave after wave of thunderstorm action. This is just one computer model run. I say that a lot in the wintertime around here, but I'm trying to preface this because this latest run just went ballistic with the rain totals across central and eastern Kentucky, and it's showing upwards of 5 and 6 inches. Can that happen in this type of a setup? Yes. Does it happen across Kentucky? Will that be farther to the north, or will it be right on top of the area? We will have to wait and see exactly where that line sets up for those thunderstorms to move over the same areas, one right after another, over the next few days. Something to keep an eye on. Micah will have the latest starting at 4:30 tomorrow morning. And, of course, we'll have the latest throughout the day tomorrow and again on Thursday as well. But certainly bears watching. When you see computer models, guys, come in like that, it certainly gets your attention.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
You were looking at it over there earlier and kind of looked at me going, are you kidding me?
Right.
This is what's coming?
This is literally, we were looking at it at the top of the show here, so that's how fresh it is.
All right, we'll see, Chris. Thank you.
You bet.
And dozens of central Kentucky children spending the night out on the town with their families. A look at the fun they had in 8 minutes. Some positive news tonight for firefighters battling large wildfires in Southern California. It appears an intense heat wave finally will let up some.
Firefighters hope that will give them a chance to make some progress in fighting twin fires near Los Angeles. Chris Martinez has the latest.
Firefighters have not been able to contain the two fires burning side by side near homes in the San Gabriel Mountains. Their combined size grew to more than 8 square miles Tuesday.
Both are continuing to burn in areas of the forest that have not burned in quite a number of years.
Firefighters are dealing with steep and rugged terrain in addition to sweltering heat. Nearly 800 homes in Duarte were evacuated, but so far none have been destroyed.
It started really kind of right up in that area there.
Flames forced John Fasana to flee on Monday, but he was able to return home.
Yeah, we're relieved just to check on things, just to make sure things are fine.
Other residents are still being kept away from their homes in the foothills, and some people are on standby to evacuate if the winds shift.
A subdivision in southern Utah was evacuated as a wildfire loomed less than a mile away. South of Albuquerque, New Mexico, some people were allowed to return home now that crews have a handle on a fire which destroyed 24 homes.
We're glad it's over for us right now, but, you know, there's still people that can't come back in.
There have been at least 6 heat-related deaths in Arizona, the latest a hiker from Germany. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Duarte, California.
Now to a developing story we're tracking out of Louisville tonight. Louisville police say 4 people have been shot in a neighborhood near Churchill Downs. It happened around 10 tonight. A homicide detective says the victims are in, quote, bad shape. There is no word on what led to that shooting.
Tonight, friends are remembering a young man investigators think drowned while on the Kentucky River. State police say 18-year-old Keon Wickers was found dead yesterday morning in a kayak not far from Buffalo Trace Distillery in Franklin County. The coroner says he's still waiting on toxicology reports, but a preliminary autopsy found Wickers' death was consistent with drowning. Wickers' best friend told us they had known each other for 6 years.
You just need to learn who he is and what he was about to understand how much it hurts everybody. Because this was unexpected. And it actually hits me hard because the first time he went kayak canoeing was with me. And I didn't teach him how to flip over, and I take that to heart today. So.
In a Facebook post, the Frankfurt Civil Air Patrol says Wickers was one of the group's original members, and he will be missed.
New tonight, 4 people face charges after what police say they found in a Harlan County motel room. Police in Cumberland say they noticed a woman passed out on Highway 119. When they asked a man with her what was going on, police say the man told them they had just come from a room at the nearby Plaza Motel. So police went to that room, and they say what they found appeared to be an explosive device inside a ball. They've charged 4 people with wanton endangerment.
Some Central Kentucky children enjoying a fun night in downtown Lexington. Children's Charity Classic Week continued tonight with the Kids Jamboree. Children helped by the Children's Charity Fund of the Bluegrass got to play at the Explorium of Lexington before enjoying a little pizza dinner from Joe B's and a show at the Lexington Children's Theater. Quite a night. This is the 36th year for the Children's Charity Classic.
Over the years, we've given about $6 or $7 million back to the community. It's a great organization. You know that when you give money to the Children's Charity, it's going to the charities.
And you'll be able to watch the Children's Charity Classic Golf Tournament Saturday afternoon at 3 right here on WKYT, a long-standing tradition that we are involved with that organization and all those charities.
Yeah, proud partnership for sure. Coach Cal with a lot to say today about his players.
Well, as you can imagine, he was bragging about his guys who are in the draft. Did you know that Jamal Murray meditates? And the South Atlantic League All-Star game out at Whitaker Bank Ballpark runs kind of hard to come by tonight. Sports is next. John Calipari talking about his players at length in the NBA draft on a teleconference this morning. And of course, Calipari is optimistic about Jamal Murray, Skal Labissiere, Tyler Ulis, and Alex Poythress. Cal said the NBA knows his guys are team players.
You know, one of the GMs said to me, you know, the great thing is your kids, they come with that attitude that they want to win, and they're willing to be a great teammate to win. And that's what I'm hoping that, you know, is that last gift they get from us before they walk in that league, that they have an idea about winning and playing to win. And so I'm proud of the guys that are going to go this year, and I'm proud of the guys that have performed in the league to this point.
Cal said he believes Jamal Murray will be the top rookie scorer in the NBA. He said Murray can shoot with either hand, he's ambidextrous, and he said Murray would meditate before games.
I walked into the locker room, but we have a video room that we meet prior to the game, and the light's out. I turn the light off, and there he is. This is early in the year. He's meditating. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm meditating. I said, well, go use my office so I can put the board up. So that became his routine. He would go into my office, turn the light out. I'd give him his time. I'd put up the board as I prepared for the game, and then I would either knock on the door or he would come out and say, "I'm done."
The Philadelphia 76ers reportedly have told Ben Simmons that they will make him the #1 player in the draft on Thursday night. Simmons worked out for Philly today, as did Tyler Ulis. It is the only workout that Simmons has done leading up to the draft. The best players in the South Atlantic League in town tonight, the SAL All-Star Game out at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Keith Madison, former UK coach, one of the many ceremonial first pitches. His was the best, right over the plate. The Legends to All-Stars, pitcher Emilio Ogando and catcher Chase Vallo. Vallo not available to play. He was hit in the face with a fastball last week. The Legends, part of the South Division. The North scores first inning. Max Schrock doubles. Victor Robles, who led off the game, comes around from second to score. That made it 1-0. Now Ogando would handle the fourth inning without a problem. He gets Alex Murphy. It's 3 up and 3 down for the Legends representative. Still 1-0 in the fifth. Schrock again. Right field. And a run comes home to make it 2-0 North. The South would score in the eighth. Huge crowd out at Whitaker Bank Ballpark tonight. Austin Ray gave the fans sitting in the bleachers and left a souvenir. That one's gone, but on a night when pitching dominated, the North wins it 2-1. The Reds opening a series at Texas tonight. First inning with 2 men on. Jay Bruce connects to left center, and that one is gone. 3-run shot, 3-0 Reds. On to the fifth, it's now a 3-2 game, and Zach Cozart sends one in the gap in right center all the way to the wall. 2 runs cross the plate. Cozart around to third with a triple. He later hit a solo home run. And the Reds have a good night as they go on to win it by a count of 8-2. And the semifinals of the Copa America tournament tonight. The USA facing Argentina, #1 team in the world. And superstar Lionel Messi sends it to Ezekiel Lavezzi, and Argentina scores not even 3 minutes in. Chris Wondolowski of the U.S. then fouls Messi and is shown the yellow card here. Messi getting a free kick, and he put it in the top right corner. He becomes Argentina's all-time leading scorer. Argentina went on to win it 4-0. And that's sports. We'll be right back.
Still dealing with the potential for severe weather back into town tomorrow and Thursday. We'll keep you up to date.
Thanks for watching.